Okay, so hi everyone. Hi to everyone that's here. Welcome to the launch of the NXU Career Services with Localized. Let me begin by introducing myself. My name is Trisha Roque. I am the Learner Success Manager of Nexford University, and with me is Jenny Beth Jose, our Lead Success Advisor. So today we want to talk about why we built our career services and what is included in it and who we partner with to have this offered to everybody here in NXU. So first, we built our NXU Career Services for three main purposes. So one is we want to build a community of like-minded learners who are passionate about career development, and chapter and makes you a complete, learner, complete person. But, also the social experiences that you have with your peers, your professors, and even experts that is connected to you through different, academic services that a university has. And that's one of the matters that we're going to discuss today. And then secondly, we build this career services, we prepare this for you to make sure that we provide you the personal and career development opportunity, right? So we want to make sure that we have that ready for you. So we know when you go out to the world, when you're out there looking for your job, looking for opportunities, you're prepared, you're ready, and you know what's waiting for you. And then finally, we develop these career services to make sure that you foster real connection with real people, real experts that you can connect with, even from other organizations outside of Nexford University. That's how we even jumpstart our career. That's how we prepare ourselves. So these primary reasons why we built this career services is everything we're going to talk about today. And so we're going to introduce to you our guest speaker for today is going to help us talk about what these career services are. And so I'm happy to introduce to you our partner, Localized. So here with us today is Ahmed Tatawy, the director of MENA Partnerships and Growth from Localized. So Ahmed, would you mind introducing yourself?
Hi everyone, thank you for asking me to join. I'm looking forward to the session. I'm Ahmed Tatawy, Director of Media Partnerships and Growth at Localized. I've been with Localized for a year and a half. Last year we grew our platform 10x, and we look to continue this growth with these kinds of partnerships with Nexford universities and hopefully offering everybody attending today something useful that will be beneficial to you as you progress in your journey towards finding the ideal job for yourselves. Thank you, Trisha.
Thank you so much, Ahmed. So now, before we begin, before we head on to, a quick tour of Localized, we want to interact with everybody. We know we can't hear, we can't see you, but, you have the power of communication in your fingertips. So, would you mind if you're hearing us right now, if you're here with us, would you mind typing in the country that you're in right now in the chat box? Just so we know we're connected with you and you're here, you're hearing us and you're connected. Okay, that's Ahmad. We have someone from Egypt. That's Ahmad. Okay, Leah from the Philippines. Okay, we have someone from Cameroon. Okay, we have Zairil. Okay, we have someone from Nigeria. Okay, there. Well, thank you so much. So we just want to interact with all of you. Someone from South Africa, Turkey. Okay, we're so diverse there. So I want to introduce, a quick game for everybody, just so we can interact still with each other. So here I have, a game I like to call one thought, one word. Okay, one thought, one word. So I'm gonna give you one thought and then you have to provide me one word, the first word that comes to your mind when you hear this sentence or this phrase. So let me give you a quick example. So for example, what comes to your mind when you see an adorable, adorable dog, right? Something like that. So, Jamie, what about you? One word. What comes to your mind when you see, an adorable dog?
Fluffy.
Right. Cute, fluffy.
Cute.
Actually, that was the first thing
Fluffy.
that came to my mind. So that's that. So that's basically, how the game works. I just want to introduce interact with everybody. So let me begin. Okay, we actually have one from Amra. She says that when she sees a cute dog, a dog, the first word she thinks of is cute. So that's good. So now the question is, what comes to your mind when you're meeting new people, right? Whenever you meet new people, what's the first word that pops into your mind? What do you think of? Network. That's right.
We have
Network.
Amarachi network.
Right. What else?
Network
Okay, so
again
everyone's
from
thinking of
Oladella.
networking. Right. Behavior. Yeah, that's interesting.
We have
From
behavior.
Malan. Okay. So let me ask you, how about you, Ahmed? What comes to your mind when you're meeting new people? One word.
Well, for me, is introduction. When I meet somebody new, I always want to get to know them, and I want them to get to know me. So introductions.
Right, right. Well, for me, when I meet new people, the first thing that comes into my head is relationship, right? Because you want to build, that connection, that relationship with people. Okay, so let's go to the second one. What comes to your mind when you're looking for a job, right? The first thing that pops into your mind when you're looking for a job. Let's wait for the others. Let me think for myself while we're waiting for others. Okay, Amarachi
We have
says
sustainable
satisfaction,
from
sustainable,
Amarachi.
job
So,
description, right? Right. Interesting.
job description.
Mhm. Okay, I'm thinking what comes into my mind. Okay, skills. Okay. Actually, for me, what comes to my mind when I'm looking for a job, first thing is, my CV or my resume. That's the first thing that comes into my mind. From next to next,
Yes.
it says right fit, right? A CV. So we have CV from Guy Arnold. Okay. So third, let's see, a question.
I'll tell you,
What
Trish.
comes
Actually,
to your mind when,
I'd like to add that I think one of the things that I think of when I think
yeah,
of job is how, right? Because when I think new job,
how?
it's a journey, right? So I think how,
Right,
and then
exactly.
I can start planning that out.
Well, that's right. That's right. I like that. You want to try to think, how would I be able to do this? How can I prepare for it? So that's good. So we have another one. So from Nick, it's a journey indeed. From Stone, we have a new experience. That's right. So now we're down to our last question. So this is very interesting. What comes to your mind when you're preparing for a job interview? Okay. So I know all of us here, have experience applying for a job, and we've all been interviewed, and it can be nerve wracking for some. So, what comes to your mind when you're first, when you're preparing for a job interview?
Do not be nervous. We
Uh,
have here. Then we
right. Thank you for
have,
that, Nick.
yes.
So we have questions from
Mm-hmm.
Oladele. We have Fit. Okay. From Leah, good sleep and internet
And
connection. Okay. From Malan,
we agree
he
with
says
you.
value. Right. That's right. Okay. How about you, Jamie? What comes to your mind when you're preparing for a job interview?
Readiness, it's the first thing that comes to my mind. Basically, you really have to be ready and well prepared before
Right.
jumping in a job interview.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I would say the same thing because, of course, when you're preparing for a job interview, you want to measure how ready you are, right? So you want, in my experience, what I did before is I try to make sure that I look at the job description, the core values of the company, if it actually fits me, and my own core values, and the job description fits my own competencies, my experiences. So from Muhammad, he says be elegant. From Sean, he says anxiety. So, in everything that we've talked about right now, we want to cover it in this session, in this webinar. We want to talk about, opportunities to prepare for job interviews, opportunities for networking. So everything that we've talked about here that came into your mind today, we want to talk about it with all of you. So without further ado, let's head over to Localized with Ahmed and with him giving us a quick tour of his platform. So let me just stop sharing my screen.
Thank you, Trisha. And I'm gonna go ahead and start sharing my screen. And the first page that I think will be on is the Nexford University. It's awesome. So thank you for that introduction and thank you for those questions. I think they really get my mind going. And I'm happy to say that within the Localized platform, within the Nexford University organizational page on Localized, I think many of these topics that we're talking about will be addressed as you mentioned. So the key thing to getting access to all of this is to register onto the platform. That's the first thing. That's what I want to spend some time on. We have a Nexford University learners landing page right here. This is what you guys should get access to in order to sign up into Localized. This is the web link, nexford.localized.world. Right, remember that. That's how you gain access to the platform, as well as gain access to all the Nexford University tools that are available to you as Nexford University student. When you click on, and I have, just to give you a heads up, I have a whole bunch of tabs open here. I'm gonna jump between the tabs to mimic the pressing of the buttons, just for speed. So if I click on sign up here, it takes me to a signing on to Localized web page. This is a sign-on process. You indicate if you're a student or not, click on let's go. And then you're taken through 6 pages, they're small, and where you fill in information that is relevant. So where do you live? Cairo, and this is pre-filled, by the way, for me, because I've already signed on to Localize, but you will need to fill in this information, indicate where you live, the languages that you speak, click next. It'll take you on to the experiences that you've had. Do you currently have a job or not? Where are you currently employed? If you're still in school, it asks you what your university is, what's your position or what you're studying. Next, we'll ask you about your education. So because again, I'm working, I'm no longer asking where did I go to school, what did I study, when did I graduate, the degree that I graduated with. Very straightforward questions. Interests, things that you're interested in, and this is helpful for the platform to recommend channels for you to follow. We'll get into that in just a moment. Are you looking for jobs or not? Currently, I am not, but by all means, if you are, do indicate that here, because you will appear as, that will show up in your profile, and employers will be able to see if you are actively looking for jobs or not. Skills that you have. And obviously this is a list, you can select many skills, and then it gives you recommendations for channels to follow, and then you click start. When I click start, I'm then taken directly into the Localized homepage. There's a pop-up that appears. Do take some time to go through that because it will give you some information about the platform, and I'm just waiting for the pop-up to go down. Here we go. Now you're taken onto the Localized main page. This is the home screen that everybody sees. When you guys sign in as part of the Nexford University, on the left side here where you see memberships, you will see Nexford University as a member. So if any of you, when you go into your homepage, you do not see Nexford University as one of your memberships, please, I guess, let us know. I will share with you a link here on this chat that you can use, that if you're registered onto Localized and for whatever reason you're not a part of the Nexford University, it's a link that once you click it, you become automatically association. You don't need to go through the sign-on to the registration process again. It's a pretty quick process, but that's important for you guys to know, because this is where you gain access to all the resources available to the Nexford University community. Just very quickly, so the platform, as you can see, is pretty straightforward. Memberships, you have upcoming events on the top. Obviously, we have our career fair coming up, so that's why we have this banner. Usually, there isn't this banner available. We're just letting people know. You have recent channels that have been active that you have access to, and then you have your feed, which is populated based on all the channels that you guys are following or the organizations that you are a member of. I can go down this list and get to Nexford University, but I've already, as I had mentioned, already planned for that. So I have the Nexford University organizational page ready, and you click that and it will take you to this page right here. On this page, there's a bunch of things that Trisha will get into details with. So these are all the resources that are available to Nexford University students. We have a whole bunch of channels available for you guys to gain resources, to interact with experts that might come on, to interact with each other as students. On the actual organizational page, you will find the membership. So this number, this actual number is around 180. So we have a large group of people that have registered onto the platform that are still not members of the localized page. Again, like I mentioned, I will add that to the chat at the end of my session. And I see a bunch of comments on chat, and we will try to answer all of those towards the end of the session. So you have your members. You can click on any of your members and you can get in direct contact with them. So for example, if I click on Adam's right here, it will take me to his profile page. From his profile page, since we are associated to the same organization, there is this contact button which allows me and Adams to directly one-on-one communicate with each other. Now, I'm gonna just quickly jump into the channels bit just to show you that within the channel, so you have the Nexford University organizational page. There are the channels here. If I click on the Learner Roundtable as a channel, just for an example, within each channel, you have a description. You have that this channel is part of the university. You have a set of experts and you have people that are following a specific channel. You can follow as many channels as you want. There's no limitations. And then as administrator, so because I'm an administrator of the Nexford University, I am able to post content. You as learners will be able to view this content. You can click on the links. You'll be able to write a comment on anything that has been posted, as well as like something that has been posted. There's also a chat functionality that is available, and one of the administrators will be putting a chat message on here first to initiate it, but you will then have access to chat as a group within the channel regarding this particular topic that we are talking about. So you have resources available to you as Nexford University. You also have resources available to you on the larger localized community. So here there's channels like I showed you on Nexford University. If you click on the channel button, and it's available on all screens as you've seen, it will take you to a whole bunch of channels that are available on the localized platform that you will be able to click on, go through. I'm sorry, I'm going to refresh this. You will be able to view, you will be able to browse in it, and you will be able to follow as long as the channels are public. So just as a piece of knowledge, the Nexford University channels are all private channels. So only you as Nexford University students and alumni will be able to view them. Nobody else on the localized platform can see them. These channels that are in front of me right now, these are all public channels. So you will be able to see these channels. You will be able to follow them and get information. So there's a recommended channels bit that I have. And this is the platform recommending channels based on interest and skills that you've identified on your profile. Again, if I click onto this channel, I can follow it. I can click into it. It's the same layout as what I had shown you on the Nexford University channel. There's a bunch of experts. There are posts. You can put comments. You can like a comment, and there's the chat functionality as well. Now I'm gonna just quickly highlight a specific person on the platform that I think will be very useful for you. We have a career coach in residence, Mr. Iyad Yaqub, who offers career counseling sessions every Sunday, one in English, one in Arabic, in case any of you are more comfortable in that. We're looking at introducing other languages such as Spanish, and that will be coming down the line. But Iyad is a really great resource. He used to be to work in career services at Stanford. He leads learning and development at a game company in Silicon Valley that recently IPO'd and is valued at like $9 billion, I think, at the moment. He has a lot of experience and he's an all-round great guy. So I do recommend make use of Iyad. He will be leading many of the sessions regarding soft skills, regarding gearing yourself up, setting up your CV, learning how to navigate, for example, in a virtual environment. How do I prepare for a virtual interview versus a one-on-one interview, things like that. So the search functionality on Localized is really quite nice. If I search for Iyad Yaqub, and Iyad is our career coach and residence, he's right here, and I can do that with other people. So if you attend a webinar that you see, interesting, I want to know more about this particular expert, you will be able to search out their name. You're landing onto their bio, and from their bio, you can get more information about them, but also see the channels that these people are following, the channels that these people are leading as well. And this is then a great way for you to go back into that channel, follow the channel that a particular expert is following, and get in contact with them, learn more about them. I'm just gonna also go back to Iyad, because Iyad has another bit that's quite important, the events. So all the webinars that have previously happened on Localized are available for you to go back to and watch in your own time. And just when I typed in Iyad, I'll show you here what I've done. I typed in Iyad in the search bar, and so I need to go from the previous screen. Apologies for that. All right, here we go. So I'm going to type in Iyad. And I went to the events. So all the events that the search function has got with Iyad in it, I can click here, it sees me. I can do the same on people. I can do the same on channels as well. So these are all channels that Iyad will be associated to as well. If I click on the see more, this is when you see all the, and this is quite a powerful functionality. You can go into any of these and really watch the different sessions. You see the sessions that he's done. If you see a session that he's done and you want him to repeat it, you are welcome to reach out to him and say, hey, I saw this session, I'd love to attend something similar. He is quite responsive on the platform. So this is the resources, the tools available. So this is how you can find channels. This is how you can interact with experts. This is how you get access to the career coach and residence on Localized. As we bring in more, webinars, these will appear up here. So if I quickly just go here and just type in events on the platform and just see all of the events, you will start to see quite a large list of all the previous events that have happened. Okay, so it's back to 65, but you see here, there's a whole bunch of these. If I click into any one of those, and I'm cautious of time, I would love to go into details on all of these, but you see, you go into the event and you're able to watch it live as it happened. You're able to see who the hosts of those events are, the people that attended, the topics, and any questions that were asked ahead of time. Again, as an administrator, or if we do an event with Nexford, for you, Jamie and Trisha, there are events analytics that you will be able to gain access to after the actual event has taken place. And again, this is available to the hosts of the event. I'm going to move on to the second bit. So on my platform, I have employer. For students, you guys will have jobs only. These are extra functionalities that we have for employers that are on the platform looking for candidates. So if I click on the jobs bit, I will see all the different jobs on the platform. I know that there has been a question about, are these jobs remote, or are these jobs, where are they located? And you will see that on most of these jobs, or on the jobs, you will see that if it is a remote available job, that will be indicated. We have actually, the Commons Project is quite an interesting company. They are the company that will be rolling out the COVID passport globally. So they're doing a lot of hiring these days, and actually all the roles are remote available. So this is an interesting company to look into and apply for vacancies there. We also have a partnership with, you see that they've posted quite a lot of jobs actually recently, which is great. Wise again, but this is local, but I wanted to scroll down to the IFC. Here we go. This is one of our other partners. And the nice thing about the IFC is it doesn't matter where you're from, and it doesn't matter where you're currently based. If you fit a role with the IFC, they will be able to relocate you anywhere that is needed. And they are, again, heavily recruiting on the platform as well. Just to give you a heads up, I'm going to just quickly share with you something quick. So as an employer, I can post jobs, students can apply to those jobs. I have an applicant tracking system built into the platform that they can use, but employers are also able to search out for you guys directly. So an employer is able to filter through all the users on the platform by name, by city, by country, language, the school that they've gone to, their majors, etc., etc. And these are relatively straightforward functionalities, but they are then able to search out you guys on the platform. Why is this important? Because I'm gonna jump to my profile just to show that to you. It is important that you guys take the time to make sure that your profiles are complete. I think this is how I view my profile. So this is just an example of me, Ahmed. Add the picture, it helps a lot. Add the bio, it tells you a little bit about yourself. Put in as much information as you can on your bio. Again, I'm following and leading a lot of channels. You guys don't need to be following and leading this many. I do work in Localized. I help a lot of my partners out. So this is why you'll find that many of my numbers are inflated, particularly my memberships. But do take the time to update your profile and update your resume, add it onto your profile. This is something that employers do look for, and employers are able to download these resumes directly onto their own computers. I have one last bit that I'm gonna mention, which is our upcoming career fair on the 26th and 27th of May. We have a career fair happening on Localized. Obviously, the employers that you've seen will be available with their jobs. We're getting employers that come on specifically for the career fair. They're not on for an annual, for year long. We have been, for those of you in Nigeria, we have actually been approached by a number of companies looking to join the career fair from Nigeria. So that's also good for you. And that's like a new market that we're looking into. When you join the career fair, there is a career fair button. Everybody will be able to see it during the career fair. There's a landing page that you will see. Obviously, these are dummy descriptions that I've put here, but there will be text about the career fair. And then the important thing is these tabs right here. You'll be able to see upcoming sessions. So every company that is joining the career fair will be having a session. You're able to indicate that you're interested to join a particular session or not. If I go into the IFC one, and again, these are all demo sessions, by the way, so you won't find a lot of people, but as a student, you can come in, you can indicate that you're interested to join. For me, it indicates that I can start it because I'm the host. For you, you will see a blue button that says I'm interested, click it, and once you click it, you will be added as one of the attendees. This is helpful because the employers will be able to get access to their attendees list and be able to access you directly back again on the platform. They will also be able to see if you've registered, and if you've registered, if you've attended or not. This is in the analytics bit that I showed in a previous screen. You can share these events with friends of yours or colleagues that you think might be interested in this particular company, as well as add it to your calendars. I'll go back to the career fair page to also show that for each company that is participating, there will be a session that they will be hosting. So again, good opportunity to interact with employers, but there's also a tab for participating employers where you will be able to click into the participating employer, learn more about them. Every one of these employers will have an organizational page like the IFC here. Many of them will have channels that are available. that you can go in and there will be representatives there. You can ask questions, but also on with each one of these employers, there is a jobs tab, so you can go into the particular organizational page and go specifically to those jobs that those organizations have. Again, you can favorite a job, and that will appear in your favorites section as well. So this, I'd like to just take a pause. I've spoken quite a lot in a short period of time, and I had seen that there were some chat messages. I didn't get a chance to read those. So if there are any questions on this, on what I've talked about so far, please do let me know those. And I'm opening the chat as we speak now to see if there are any questions, but it's not opening for me for some reason. Oh, here we go. Questions.
So Ahmed, actually, there's one person asking, like, we have Adijari asking, during the May 26th career fair, is it possible for a current NXU student to secure a job at the career fair?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, like with any job applicant, it's not guaranteed. Right? I can't guarantee you a job, but the employers on the platform are genuinely looking for candidates. They are looking for the best possible candidate. So yes, if you do match the criteria of a particular employer, if you are the best candidate they found, then yes, absolutely, you do have there is the opportunity to land a job through the Localized platform. Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ahmed. So for
were there other
everyone else
questions?
who, no, none so far, but there are some who are raising their hands. But we're going to answer your questions towards the end of the webinar, as we have, a lot of other things that we needed to talk about and present to all of you. So we're gonna go back to your questions. So just type it in the question and answer panel, and we'll get back to you. Okay, so let me just share my screen again. And I just want to maybe just piggyback on what Ahmed mentioned about the localized. So the career fair, I mean. So the career fair information, the link to join it, it's accessible if you follow, the channels that's created by Localized, but it is also accessible in the channels that is created by Nexford University. So we provide the links there, and we actually already sent out email invitations. Just make sure that you have those, you add those in your calendar, and just spread the word. So the more learners there are, the more community that you have, that would help you build your profile. You can even ask your friends to check out your profile to see if they're, if it provides all of the information necessary. Just like what Ahmed shared earlier, it's very important that you complete your profile. You add your bio, your resume. Okay. So now I want to just head on to our NXU learning communities. So Ahmed perfectly, gave us a tour of the job platform, the opportunities that we have, the network opportunities that we have for advancing our careers, and even personal development. So now I just want to talk about the community that I mentioned about earlier. So I told you that social integration is a very important component of your learning experience. So I just want to make sure that all of us here understands what these learning communities are and what the purpose of these learning communities are. So we just want to make sure that these communities are here for you so that you can, get ahead in your career plans, and you can always stay ahead because you have this pool of people who have the same passions as you, same goals as you, and even who are in the same industry as you, to make sure that you are, you can actually encourage each other and learn from each other on what it takes to be in that industry. Actually, when you go into the channel that we have, there are a bunch of questions there, like what does it mean to be an entrepreneur, right? And then you'll be hearing from other entrepreneurs within your network, and you try to actually see their insights about it. And so I just want to introduce to you what's waiting for you in this community. So first, just like what Ahmed mentioned, we have career fairs. So the all the information that is available in the localized platform is available in the NXU channels. So each channel that we have, each learning community that we have, there are dedicated student leaders and moderators that is organizing and managing that channel to make sure that we are curating all of the career fairs that are available every time that there is one that is created by Localized or even in-house by NXU together with Localized. And there would be webinar opportunities as well. So we'll be posting webinars, curating all the webinars that is dedicated to a specific channel that you belong to. And there will be workshops, it can be workshops with in-house experts from Localized or in-house experts from NXU. So we'll be partnering to make sure that you have these opportunities within these communities. So you'll have trainings that are key to the industry that you're in, the opportunities for business showcases that NXU would be um, organizing for you guys, and opportunity to meet, of course, everybody. So, in these times, the pandemic, we rarely go out. So we want to make sure that we take advantage of the technology and meet people, even if we're just in front of our laptops, our gadgets. And for NXU learners here, who are still currently enrolled, you have the opportunity to have study groups within this community. I understand that we've already organically built some of these study groups within WhatsApp group, but within these study groups, there's actually a moderator who will inform you of deadlines of projects and will actually make sure that you're covering the entire content that would be able to help you, advance in your courses. And then finally, project preparation sessions. So these are opportunities for you to work with like-minded people who are in the same courses as you or same industry as you to work on projects. Of course, you will not be working on each other's projects, but just sharing insights and validating your learning. I mean, that's very important in your learning experience that you have someone who can actually validate that what you took in your courses is actually correct, right? So these are the benefits, of joining these communities. So let me introduce you to some of the communities that we've created for you. So first is the Entrepreneurs Learning Community. So this is, of course, a learning community for learners or even alumni that are interested in entrepreneurship. So in this learning community, you'll have an opportunity, NXU is creating opportunities for you to have a chance to showcase, your business ventures to investors. You will have, like I mentioned earlier, trainings that are key to entrepreneurship, study groups related to entrepreneurship courses, even project preparations, and virtual meetups for those who are, interested in entrepreneurship or who are taking the entrepreneurship specialization. Okay. And then we have the finance learning community. So the finance learning community, just like with the entrepreneurship learning community, is for learners who are in the finance industry or who is interested to be part of the finance industry. So here, the moderators will provide or curate career fair opportunities, webinar opportunities, and even recommend channels that will help you, increase your knowledge, increase your network when it comes to anything related to the finance industry. So in addition, the finance learning community also has moderators that will ensure that you have study groups when it comes to finance related courses and projects as well. And then next we have the marketing learning community. And the marketing learning community, from the words itself, is for learners who are in the marketing industry and who are interested to be in the marketing industry or is taking our marketing specialization. Anything related to this, to marketing, I mean, you can join this learning community. And in all of these learning communities, we provide, we make sure that we organize events for you, key events for you that will help you develop your skills and even widen your network to make sure that before you even graduate, you're already prepared and you already have a wide network of experts and professionals that are backing you and making sure that you have all the necessary information or skills to prepare you for the workforce. And of course, there are opportunities for career fairs that are related to marketing and webinars and channels as well. So I know in this marketing learning community, we've already posted a list of our recommended channels. So you can go ahead and, just join the marketing learning community. And when you go in, there is, a plethora of list information that you can go to, and it will automatically, notify you when there are new posts there. And then next we have the HRM learning community. Okay, the HRM learning community is for learners who are interested in the HRM industry, who is interested to be part of the HRM industry and who is actually taking HRM related courses now in NXU. So if you're interested to hear what's waiting for you is the same, you have trainings that will help you, will help prepare you for the industry that you want to be part of. You have career fairs. You also have study groups, career fairs, and virtual meetups. So it's very important. The virtual meetups, I just want to emphasize that meeting NXU learners is really great, right? That you meet people from different countries. But what's really interesting about virtual meetups within the channels is that the people that you'll meet have the same interests as you. So you don't have to be anxious. What should I talk about? Because you already know because you're in the same interest group. So you'll be talking about everything that you need to know to prepare for this type of the job opportunities that are available in this field. And then finally, I'm really excited about this is the learner roundtable. So the learner roundtable is the student body of NXU. So anyone here who is interested to be part of the student government, we are recruiting, we are opening our registration for it, and we will be sending out an email invitation for learners who are interested. So being part of the learner roundtable will enable you to be part of discussions when it comes to policy related matters from with NXU, decisions on what key events that will go in these channels. And you'll also be able to have an opportunity for leadership trainings, leadership developments, study groups, meetups, and just like all of the benefits of other communities, you'll have those. But most importantly, you have the power of influence if you join the learner roundtable, right? So you have the influence to actually make, change that is, demanded, that you think that is needed by learners. This is a place where you can actually voice out your needs, and the leaders who will sit on this learner roundtable will be the ones to connect with us NXU staff and try to find a way to make sure that those needs are provided to you. Okay, so those are our learning communities, and I'm just very happy to introduce all of those to you. And I want to remind everybody that these learning communities are channels within Localized. So you cannot actually join this without creating your localized account. So please make sure that you create your localized account and add NXU as your next as your education, and make sure that you create your account through the link that we provided to you in our email invitation. So again, Ahmed mentioned that it's gonna send it out later within the chat, so you can also have access to that. So please make sure if you've already signed in, but you saw that you are not a member of NXU within your profile, that means that you're not associated with Nexford, and that would mean that you won't be able to see any of this. So please make sure that your account is associated with NXU. Okay? So I highly, highly recommend everybody to join these learning communities. And just so I want to emphasize, I've been saying it over and over again, social integration, networking with your peers, um, validating your learnings with your peers, it completes your learning experience. Your student experience is not just within your courses. It's not just within, submitting assignments, submitting project deadlines. It's about, the experiences that you share with your peers, with your professors, and even experts outside of NXU. Okay, so now I just want to open the floor for questions that you may have. I can see a lot of students or participants who are raising their hands. So Jamie and Ahmed and I will be answering your questions for you now. And yeah, I know that you're all excited. So let me just check uh, the questions that we already have. Okay. Okay, so we have one from Oladele. On the learning community, can one be in more than one learning communities? If yes, what is the maximum number of communities one can join? Okay, so Ahmed already answered. You can join unlimited number of channels on Localized, and that is the same with the learning communities. So if you're interested in all of the five learning communities that we've talked about, as long as in as many channels as you want, in as many learning communities as you want, the more interaction that you have with other people, the more we're reaching our goal of social integration that really builds up your learning experience. Okay, let's see who else. So we have from Chibueze. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your names. Okay, so Chibueze, if one with an original email register in Nexford email, will this still be the original email still be active? If I understand your question correctly, are you saying that um, you're saying that the Nextport email should be the one that you registered with Localized? If yes, then I would answer yes. But as long as you use the link that we provided to you in the email that was sent to you, that will associate your account with Nexford University and Localized. And I think
So, so
Ahmed has an additional answer.
So yeah, so Trisha, let me just because we received another similar question actually that I answered as a typing. So the platform will allow you to use whichever email you want to use. However, I do recommend that as Nexford University students, use your Nexford University email address because that will simplify things for us on the back end. So number one, for example, a very simple situation right now that if you are, we do know that some of you are on the platform, but you're not members of Nexford University. We could very easily do a search with your email address and just very quickly, it would be very easy to associate people with the Nexford University email address to the university, right? If you're using a personal email address, it's difficult to identify that, right? So your Nexford email address is kind of like it's like your ID, right? If you have a Nexford email, then for sure you are a student in Nexford University. There's no questions about that. So that would be the recommendation. Use the Nexford University.
Right. Thank you, Ahmed. And I just want to add that we know that you have different channels to communicate with us. You talk to us via text, via call, in MS Teams, via email, and some of you even have multiple emails. But what we want to make sure is that you use your Nexpert email, the one that you apply, the email that you use to apply to Nexpert, to make sure that whenever we send email announcements regarding Localized or any of these learning communities, you get those in one space, in one channel, in one email. So it's just centralized, and you won't feel that it's all over the place. But I know each of us have our preference and how we use our email address. But I highly recommend that you keep all NXU related communications in just one email to organize all the communications that you receive. Okay. So let me just check if we're getting other questions.
Trisha, I can say
Okay,
there was a question. There was a question that was asked by Wafa. I answered it again on chat as a type, but she was asking about what was special about Localized versus other similar platforms. And the idea is that it's a combination. So it's focused on students and recent graduates. So versus LinkedIn, which is more of a professional network, where it can be a little bit, maybe not for you guys, but many students do find it a little bit intimidating. Like, how do I stand out next to like somebody who's founded like 3 companies and is sold like 2 of them, right? It's intimidating a little bit. So Localized is all about students, fresh graduates, our experts are on knowing this. They're more easily accessible. They know who the audience are. And then we have top experts from across. We have around 100 experts right now on the platform from companies like Microsoft, Apple, Dell, Amazon. These are really people, senior managers. We've had successful startup founders. We have had tycoons, people that have started and created unicorns that have come onto the platform to give in their insights to students. We have the events that Localized have, and then you have the access that the university gives you. So as a member of a university, there's a lot of tools, a lot of resources available that come to you from your university. So the ability to combine all of this within a single platform, I think this is one of the key things that really differentiates Localized from other platforms out there.
Great. Thank you for answering that, Ahmed. And we have another question from Musa. What happened if you use both your NXU email and personal email? I would say that would create 2 accounts for you, right, Ahmed? It will create 2 accounts
Yeah.
for you, and it actually won't be wise to do that because you'll be monitoring 2 accounts. So I guess if you have a specific purpose for doing that, then go ahead. But if you're just asking for the purpose of syncing your email to NXU, you just need to make sure that you sign on using the link that we provided to you to make sure that you're associated with NXU and you add NXU as your education. Okay, okay, so let me see. Okay, I think we've answered everyone else's question. So let me just emphasize on some of the matters that I just want to make sure that everyone knows. So Ahmed, okay, right there. So Ahmed added the link that will actually allow you to sign on localized uh, associated with Nexford University. This will automatically associate your account with Nexford. So if you already have an account but it's not associated with Nexford, you don't have to re-register. Just click on this link and then it will automatically associate your account with NXU. Okay, so we have a question that just came in from Shizim. Can you specify which email the link was sent through? Okay, so all of the university announcements that we send it to the email address that you use to sign up to apply in Nexford University. Okay? So that is what we consider your NXU email. Okay? And then one from Alihari Paul. On May 26, where would the employers who would be at the career fair be coming from? Europe, North Africa, Middle East, just checking. Okay, so Ahmed.
So it's a mix. A large portion will be coming from the Middle East because historically this is where we started our business. We do have companies signing on in Turkey. We do have a couple in Nigeria that I've mentioned, and then we have a few also in the US. But in addition to this, you will find that many of the vacancies are remote available. So remote available really is something that I think is great, or one of the good things that happened out of the COVID situation, where companies are a lot more comfortable about offering remote positions. So those are across geography, and then you have organizations such as the IFC that really it doesn't matter. It's on a global scale.
Thank you, Ahmed. Wafa mentioned here that he totally agrees with you about LinkedIn. That he said they are get easily overwhelmed when looking for a new job through LinkedIn because most of the job vacancies posted there seem unfit for current students and new graduates. And I think that's that's really what's good and great for with Localized, right? That if the positions that are available, the vacancies, is actually fit for even new graduates, right? So Yeah, that's one of the good things about Localized. So we have another question from Dana. How can we log in and access our NXU emails just like any regular email? Okay, so NXU email, we're referring to NXU email as the personal email that you use to register or to apply to Nexford University. So whatever that email is that you use to apply to Nexford University in your academic program, that is your NXU email address. Okay. So you have, I know that there is the learner.nexford.org that we have, but that is what you use for signing on the Nextly, the Nexford Learning Environment. But your NXU email is the email that you use to to register to Nexford University. Okay, great. So as we have 5 minutes left to this event, I just want to go back to. Okay, sorry, Daniel, but we have NXU email address. How can we access those? So again, Daniel, your NXU email address is your personal email address. The personal email address that you use to sign up or to register for the program that you're in Nexford University. So for example, when I am interested to join Nexford University, to enroll in Nexford University, I'm gonna use, for example, trisharoque@gmail.com, right? So when I use that to register in NXU, that would be considered my NXU email address. Perhaps you're referring to the, for example, proque.learner.nexford.org. That one is what you use for signing in our learning platform. Okay. And Jamie would like to add something on that question, Daniel.
So actually, I just marked it down, but we have another question from Oladele. So he lost connection when we answered the question about the country of residence. So I think he asked about them being able to access it even if they are located in a different country. Will they be able to access still
Okay.
the career
Yeah.
fair
So
that's
the
happening on the
answer
May
would
26th, if I'm not mistaken?
yes. So the answer to that question is yes. So they would be able to access that. And yeah, if Oladela is concerned about vacancies within their country or outside the country, there are remote available vacancies that are posted in the localized platform. Okay, there.
So
So
I'll add like
okay. So with the last 2 minutes, okay, go ahead, Ahmed.
I'll just add that the only issue is if for some reason you're in an institution or a private network that has like a VPN that blocks specific websites, then maybe in that situation you wouldn't have access to localized, right? If it happens to block, it shouldn't be the case. But there are no restrictions that we know of globally for people accessing local. And I think we have, I think our list of users come from around 65 different countries. So I think we're pretty comfortable that it's accessible anywhere in the world.
Okay. Thank you, Ahmed. So for anyone else who has questions, you can always send a message to our team, success@nexford.org, and we'll be able to answer those questions for you via email. Or you can even send us an email and ask, hey, can you call me? I have a bunch of questions about Localized, and our team will call you. And then we can have a conversation about it and help you walk you through signing up for Localized. So finally, again, just want to remind everyone, use the link that we provided to you for signing up, for creating your account in Localized that would be associated with Nexford University, and follow our channels, the Nexford University channel, follow our learning communities, the ones that you're interested in, and all of the information that you would need will all be there. All communicate the information about the career fairs that will be available, curated list of channels that is good for the learning community that you're a part of. So there are even community channels that are key to preparing for job interviews, creating your CVs. There are channels like that.
I
Out to
think
your success advisor. Email us at success@nexford.org and we'll be able to answer your questions for you through that channel. Okay, so once again, uh, thank you so much for your time, Ahmed, and thank you for joining us. And Jamie, thank you for assisting everyone else in answering our questions. So thank you so much, having you in the Localized platform. Have a nice day.
bye, everyone. Thank you.